Rubble from one of the buildings could be seen everywhere, but what shocked him the most was Peter. He was crawling across the ground towards them. His legs had been hurt, and possibly a few of his ribs broken. The only thing he was using was his forearms to crawl along the floor towards them. "Will he be okay after this?" Layla asked. "He should be. That robot can deal with some pretty serious injuries. It's like having a personal doctor with you," Aaron replied. "As long as he isn't near death, he should be fine. But I do have to warn you guys, we only have one of those things." "I'm surprised you let Peter use it then," said Layla. Aaron didn't want to use such a precious item on Peter. But after hearing the words of the others and seeing Peter in pain like that, it made her realize that perhaps the others weren't exaggerating about the mistreatments of others. Just then, Vorden spotted the sign of black smoke off in the distance. "Do you think that's them?" "Probably one of them using their abilities," said Vorden. "It doesn't look too far away, and we can get our crystals back." "But what about Quinn?" Layla replied. "Why don't we split up?" Vorden suggested. "We can't just leave Peter out here. I'll stay with him in case anything happens. When he's all healed up, we'll go looking for Quinn. You two can go get our crystals back, but if it looks too tough, then fall back and come to the well." With them agreeing, it was the only thing they could do. Vorden stayed with Peter while the two girls headed off to the area of black smoke. On Earth, on one of the very few pieces of land that still existed, was a reasonably large tower that had been built. The tower was so large and grand in size that if someone was to stand at the top of it, they could reach the clouds. This sole tower's purpose was to monitor the activity of each of the planets on the other side of the portals. It needed a strange source of power, that only Eno knew of. It was the same source of power used to power the portals. But today, unlike any other day, red alarm bells were ringing inside. The people were rushing all over the place. In a single room, they had about 200 employees all looking at a computer screen of their own. "Sir, it looks like there's been a breach on one of the green portal planets," one of the men at the computer said. Standing at the back of the room was a man who looked to be in his 50s. Although he was not one to seem intimidating just from looking at him, when he spoke, his words gave a certain feeling of trust. "Bring up the information on the big screen in front of you," he ordered. They did as asked and managed to pull up a small video. It was of a black flying object that had entered the planet's atmosphere. It looked to be slightly injured even before arriving on the planet. "There are meant to be no Dalki in this area. This is near the start of the solar. The Dalki's planets were mostly at the back." The Dalki and humans shared the planets in this specific solar system. Although not at war with each other currently, the two were in a race with each other to see who could conquer more planets. "Send a message out to Dalki Station. Ask them if it's from any of their known battalions and tell them we'll get rid of it at all costs." "Yes, sir." "Also inform the military base, which is in charge of the planet, to send someone to deal with this immediately." "Will do, sir."
Want to watch more episodes of my vampire system? Follow Pocket FM Fantasy Chronicles. You can watch the next episode here in the playlist.